Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Completely unrelated to anything else and anything we're doing today, I'm going to clip my topiary bush here into Scotizo. Examine Scotizo topiary. Neat. And we also have the option to clip it into a Calphite Queen. Also neat. Really looks like just like a Calphite worker at that size. And Scotizo looks a lot like kind of a mess. But those are the only two we can do, so that's fine. We need to get one boss kill in order to change the topiary. And we haven't killed most of those bosses yet. There we go. That's a fun addition to the house. And here is 86 ranged. Also not related to what we're doing. And here's some frogs. Also not related. Wow, it really is the start of an episode, isn't it? 86 ranged. And now, actually getting to what we're doing. We are in the desert today. Starting here at the quarry, where we're going to talk to Lazim over here. He needs some help. He is once an accomplished sculptor. He made all sorts of really cool statues, but then there was the accident, and he could never hold a chisel again. But he's been struck by a muse traveling the desert here, and he wants to build a statue. He finds the desert quite plain. He can't hold the chisel to make the statue, but he can guide us in crafting for him. And we have a quarry right here, so we can get all the stone we're going to need. Start Anakra's Lament. Sounds like something we could do. To start the statue, we need to go mine some sandstone. Just piles and piles of sandstone. A 32 kilogram block. But we can't mine that large of a block. So we're going to have to bring him smaller blocks, totaling up to 32 kilograms. And we can do that. Over here, we've got sandstone. And also granite. For this first part, we just need sandstone. Comes in a variety of sizes of chunks. So these 1 kilogram chunks are not going to get us to 32 in a reasonable time frame here. So if we could mine some slightly better chunks, that'd be great. There's 2. That's better, technically. Yeah, that's better. 5. So there's also 10 kilogram chunks would be good. Not 1. Yeah. Once I have 32 kilograms worth, I will bring it up to him. Might take a little bit. That should be enough. So we can hand this all in to Lazim. And I have some more. Here is this chunk. And he tells us how much more he needs. I have some more. Here's another one. Not the most efficient way to get through giving him stone chunks. Just all of them. Just take the pieces. And that is all 32. And that's enough for the base. And he magics it into one single chunk. Now we can use a chisel to craft the base of the statue. One chisel, one chunk. And it looks like we got rid of quite a bit of it. Place it on the ground here. Now it's a headless statue. Now it needs a body. So, it's headless and bodiless, I suppose. 20 kilograms. More sandstone. Back to the mine. And here's your sandstone. He's 20. And we got him a 10. And 2 5s. He's really treasuring each piece of sandstone we're bringing him. There we go. And now we have the body chunk. Put it over here. And add the body. Now it's just a headless statue. Yes, I've added the body. Can't you see? It's right there. It's still missing something. Like the head? Chisel the statue a bit more. Or something. Alright. We're very fancy. What a fancy statue we're making. He thinks he's miscalculated something. The statue is nearly complete. All it needs is a head. And he wants the head to be made of granite. And we can use our own artistic vision. How about a camel head? Thought it'd be funny. It's going to be very appropriate, all things considered. A suitable block of granite, and carve the head. And make sure we actually do the one that we said we were going to. The suitable block of granite is 5 kilograms. Not that one. Once more, with the chisel, we make a camel head. Looks good. And just pop that on the statue. But Lazim is going to make sure we made the head we said we were going to. No, I know what I'm doing, I swear. Here it is. Looks like a camel. That's what I said. Put it on. And now there's a giant hole. And he shoves us in the hole. This was all his plan. We're now in an underground temple. Falling through the ground. That's why we built the statue there. You're not really a sculptor, are you? There's no treasure in here. No priceless artifacts. Nothing like that. But if we help him, we can share whatever we find. Very good. The treasure is going to be at the top of the temple, and we've fallen all the way to the very bottom. So we're going to start by climbing back up. And we're going to get through here by using some very odd doors. The locks of the doors don't use keys. They use limbs for some reason. So we can grab the limbs from the statue. And that should be about right. We just need to be glad that we're using statue limbs and not fleshy ones. Just grab all these bits from the statue. And drop our empty water skin. And take a sigil here. M. That way is through a K door. That's not going to work. So we need to head this way and open the first door. We also get a headache. And we see a flashback, a memory of Anakra summoning a skeleton with some necromancy, but it didn't even work. Now we can go through, pick up another letter, and continue our way around here. Ultimately, these will be used to open the middle doors, but we can't get there yet. Every time we touch one of these doors, we get another flashback. This time, we have Akthanikos here. Anakra is planning to join his side, turn her back against the Zamorak, but not really. It's all a ruse. This quest is using cutscenes with automatic dialogue. It'll be slightly awkward if you're missing something, because it's just gone when it's gone. Next door. We keep on touching them even though this keeps happening. Knights have been sent to destroy Anakra, but she will not let them. She casts some blood spells and some ice spells. They didn't stand a chance. They did not stand a chance in the slightest. My goodness. Grab our last letter. We're gonna run and open the final door. Carrying around all these stone limbs and such, very heavy. And here is Anakra again, finishing the temple. So it's a temple to Zamorak. Very interesting. Do you have the statue's head? He's been keeping it safe. And now we have it. One stone head. Fantastic. Use all these letters on these doors in here, so we can open these whenever we want. And we are out of run energy, because of course we are. We just ran around an entire temple there. If we pop these all into place, we are good to go. And then from here, we can just head up the ladder, where we find an interesting pedestal shaped like a head. Like a stone head? Not quite. Almost got it with the first stone head we made. And it's clearly head shaped. So make a mold. And then we use our granite to make a new perfect head, matching the mold. Place that one in, and it works. To give us another headache, because of course it does. Anakra is showing Akthanikos the cool temple. And it was all a trap. She would never desert Zamorak, and he's frozen in place. Hey there. We unlocked the doors. Got some weird visions, but everything else was fine. Lots of traps and such. They didn't make me mad, at least. So that's good. We're not quite to the top of the temple yet, There's one more floor. But we have a magical barrier to deal with. So we need to solve a puzzle in these 4 rooms here to open the magic. There's globes here on the pedestal that will also light up when we figure things out. We will start with the one room that I brought the things needed because of my inventory space, where we need to chase away the shadows by putting stuff on fire. 4 different logs, a candle, and coal. Willow logs here, oak logs here, and normal logs here. And that takes care of the shadow room. So now I need to not go bank, because I don't have one of those, but go and get the supplies needed for the rest of the quest. The extra items that I needed were a cake and some chaos runes. But we would have been able to do the start of the quest easier with 2 more inventory spaces taken up, so it works. Next up, we have the smoke room, where we can blast, or in this case, bolt, some air to get that all taken care of. Over here, we have a frozen fountain, which can be taken care of with a firebolt. And then, lastly, that was the ice cream. And this is the blood room, I guess. This guy's full of blood, or something. It's a torture chamber. That's a thing. Majrach can take on any form. So he thinks we're here to torture him or something. No clue what you're talking about. I'm a human. He's a soldier of Avaraka, and he will always stand strong. He's very hungry due to the magical spell that's been keeping him alive this entire time. How about a cake? There you go. A cake? Nothing to celebrate, is there? He's been here for a very long time. Everyone he knows is almost certainly dead. You feeling better? A little bit, at least. He is still trapped here, though. But he remembers some information about the temple. He can give us hints about the other runes. But I don't need any help. I've literally already finished it, so thanks. And now the pedestal is completed. And we can walk through the magical barrier with ease. And head on up to the final level here, where we find a bone guard. Look at this guy. He's made of bones. He's a bone guard. The bones that trap him block your path. Now flee. No? Ow. Protect from melee. Seems legit. Bone guard. Flee. Not gonna flee. Alright, crumble and done. Get out of here. Very rude. Climb over. Pile of bones. He also has big bones under him. That's okay. Goodbye, bones. We're dealing with another bone guy. He's gonna be forced to attack us. We should flee. It's too dangerous here. But I'm more resilient than I thought. Maybe we can help. He's been trapped in this form, against his will, for a long time. Who trapped him? She did. Anakra. She supported Zamorak in his quest to become a god, and tricked him to be here. Anakra. Made the temple, trapped him, and we can help. Sure. Got any treasure? I was just wondering. He does have a treasure. A valuable amulet and some knowledge. Good enough for me. He's being trapped here with magic, but it's been growing weaker over the years. So he's been trying to build a wall to trap her in the temple forever. But recently it's gotten a more powerful grip again, so he can't build anymore. We just need to finish a wall. Sounds like a plan to me. We've got some rocks here. Just take a bunch. And then we just take more. Add some sandstone to the wall. And then chisel it down so the next blocks will fit better. And again. And one more time. The chiseling is completely necessary, because we've now trapped Anakra. Hooray. I'm sure that's totally gonna work. With her control fading, he can finally escape this imprisonment. It is Acthanicos. They've been here for thousands of years. My goodness. And we get the amulet. Allows us to talk to camels. And it has teleportation options. Very fun. But then, Anakra destroys the wall entirely. Zamorak is going to punish Acthanicos for destroying the weapon. But Acthanicos is loyal to Zeros. They'll be waiting in the north to fight. And then they teleport out. And that is quest complete. 2 quest points, 7,000 experience in crafting, magic, mining, and fire making, and the Camulet. Nice chunk of experience there. Getting awfully close to a magic level. That's eventually just going to happen by itself when we are teleporting all over the place. Hey, everybody's gone. You missed the party. He wanted to learn from Anakra. The amount of knowledge of being thousands of years old would have. And that knowledge was the treasure. Sorry about that. But sorry, he's not going to bring the Majrats back. He'll just study the temple itself and all its magical properties. There is one secret he was hiding. He's a Zamorakian mage. If I want to learn his spells, we have to dedicate ourselves to Zamorak. Yeah. Sure. He's not gonna give us secrets, though. Rude. He's a mage of Zamorak. What did we expect? But we do have the Amulet here. It's got 4 charges currently. He can, in fact, charge the Amulet more for a fee. An infinite charged Amulet for 1 million coins. Maybe another time. It is fairly awkward to get more teleport charges on this because it uses camel dung. But not like we're going to be able to really have this all the time anyways, so that's fine. So now, we head to a different part of the desert for another desert quest. Our next quest starts here in Narda with the mayor. I am looking for a quest. And this is going to work out very nicely for Narda. They could use some help. Their town is cursed. And they really would like to stop being cursed. The fountain suddenly dried up, and then any water that they try to bring from the river also dries up before they can get it back to the village. So for water, they've got a new guy here called Eli the Carter. He's from Palmnich, so the curse doesn't affect him, apparently. He brings water, and he's selling it to everyone here at outrageous prices, because of course he is. And Roku has set up a chalk ice stand. So that's something. Any idea about how you got this curse? They were negligent in their duty to protect a priest of Saradomin. The priest showed up a few weeks ago. They welcomed him into the town. He taught them the ways of Saradomin. And then, a week ago, they found him dead by the river. And then, they became cursed. Seems connected. Start Spirits of the Elid. We need to head around town, get any more information we can. And the local font of knowledge, as you can tell with all his bookcases, is Gazlor the Elder here. I'm trying to fix the curse. But that is something only the gods and the river spirits would know about. River spirits, you say? They're the guardians of the source of the river Elid. They'll know about the curse, for sure. And we can find these spirits. It's going to be difficult. No one in town has ever been to the source to see the spirits, or even in the elder's grandfather's lifetime. Most people don't even think they are real. But he's got something that might be of interest to us. A ballad about a previous attempt to find the spirits. They set off to the north, got to a great stone door which a priestess opened with their ancestral key. And then they fought rock beings. Everybody died because they couldn't defeat the rock beings. Their arrows and blades and spells were of no effect. But then the leader struck a mighty blow with a warhammer, and the rock man crumbled. But the next rock man that they fought was impervious to even the warhammer. So they had to leave. So that gives us a few bits of information. Strong enemies, an ancestral key, and a priestess. So we're going to talk to Shirati here. Information that she might have. She is not impressed with the moral standards of the town lately. Not something we would understand. I need information here. What is this building? It's the local shrine to She. And by she means somebody specific. Our ignorance is expected. People around here are forgetting the old ways of the desert. She's also not a fan of Menaphos. They don't even have a new priestess yet. It's been 5 years. They're talking about Elidinus, goddess of growth and fertility, lady of the river, wife of Tumakan, flower of the desert, mother of Iclarin. We'll just go with Elidinus for short. Can I have that key? It's very valuable. Keep my hands off it. Just want to know what it did. It's the key to the holy chambers of the great river spirits. And there's other holy items in this building that we also shouldn't be taking. Keep your hands off. Go away. Immediately, I go to put my hands on the things. They set up this nice little rope to stop people from messing with the key. Took it anyways. And then in the cupboard here, we find a robe top and robe bottoms. They're both torn. We can easily fix those up with a needle and thread. For our weapons, we're going to be slightly messed up. The Dragon Scimitar is perfectly acceptable as a slash weapon. Its crush stats, not as good, but workable. Stab, not crush. Stabbing and slashing of the Dragon Scimitar. Then we can pop on the pickaxe for some crushing. It'll be good enough. So now, we need to take our robes, our key, and head to the north to find the entrance to the source of the river. Generally, just follow the river. Although, to be fair, if we didn't have the north information, we'd have to go all the way down to see that it connects to the ocean to know that the source is this way. Because there's not actually flowing water here. There's somebody fighting desert lizards. That's fun. It is quite the trek all the way this way. we have plenty of water skins, so we'll be just fine. And here is a little waterfall starting the river here. Throw a rope at this root. We can climb our way up. Very cool. And here's the door. Which open with the key. And then the next door is closed by 3 contraptions, where we need to fight golems. Each of the doors have a different golem, which is weak to a different attack style. Make sure we're on a crush here. Open the door. And we got the black golem. They only have melee attacks, so it's not a big deal whatsoever. We do need to fight 3 guys, though. And the rune pickaxe is not exactly the best weapon. Max is a 16, I saw there. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Won't need to prey flick here. I don't suspect. The golems guard the doors. And once they're defeated, we can head on inside. In this room, we have a target to shoot. Look at my bow and arrow. Nail it in one. And that releases water. And we hear the whir of machinery. Head down to the next door, where we have the gray golem. He's weak to slashing attacks, and that's the worst choice to be weak to when I have a dragon scimitar. Brings up some interesting questions about what these golems are made out of to be weak to different attack styles. Mostly I think they're just a bunch of rocks. But they are different colored rocks, so there you go. This room, we need to clear a water channel with our pickaxe. There's just a couple of rocks in the way. Sure. And lastly, we set our dragon scimitar to stab and fight the white golem. Get all sorts of XP drops, since this is controlled style. Very nice. It's not actually more XP. It's just more individual drops. Well, that was easy enough. Go through here and clear this channel by stealthily removing things from the very spiky blockage. With all 3 puzzles defeated, we can head deeper, where we can find the river spirits. We got Halak, Neri, and Tiri. They're sitting by a nice little fire here. It has been a long time since anyone has come to their domain. And we're not even one of the desert peoples. They're finishing each other's sentences. So that's something. We're going to be diplomatic about this. I'm an emissary from Narda. Want to know what is going on with their water drying up. They're impressed, or possibly even suspicious, that we're not even from Narda, but we're taking up this issue. It was them that withheld the water. And was this due to the death of the Ceridominus priest? Oh no. They also killed him. He did not respect the ways of the desert. Did not respect the ways of Elidinus. Preach in Saradomin, it was all well and good. But he turned the people of Narda away from the desert gods. Ultimately, they're okay with sharing followers. But this was an outrage. What can we do to fix things? The main crux of the matter here was the people of Narda throwing away the statuette of Elidinus that was in the temple. That explains why the temple custodian was so angry about everything. And now, since they don't have that image to pray to, they're considered turned away. That is going to be our main focus here, back in Narda. We need to retrieve that statuette by any means necessary. Okay, Mirror. I have figured out your curse. It was the river spirits. The spirits of the Elid. They were mad about you throwing away that statuette. The priests of Saradomin said they should get rid of it. And they wouldn't need that statuette anymore. Yeah. The spirits killed him for that. Oh, wow. Yep. This is the town of Elidinus. And if you don't follow her, it's over, basically. And this was the final straw. The Saradomin's priest was very impressive, though. He could become impervious to arrows. Yeah, I can do that, too. I'm very powerful as well. So where did you throw the statuette? There's this weird, dark crevice to the west. They chucked it down there. Well, I guess I'm going to a crevice then. Also, I'm stealing your shoes. Don't worry about it. Let's go jump in a hole. Yep, that's a crevice, all right. Let's add a rope to make this safer. Climb down into a pit of snakes. Oh boy. Where we see the genie. And also complete a medium desert task. Fun. They are a mighty and powerful genie. Speak now, if you have anything to say. Looking for a statue that was thrown down here. Somebody did come by, drop a statue on his head. It's a very nice statue. Surprised they threw it away. He has accepted it as a gift, as they clearly respect his terrible powers. Can I make a deal for the statuette? A deal, huh? That'll work. In exchange for the statuette, the genie would like the soul of the mayor of Narda. Sounds good to me. He says he wants the soul, not the soul. So we get shoe soles. Here you go. A fine trade. So why did you want that in the first place? He's just heard that a lot of powerful beings collect souls these days. And he doesn't have very many. This is a good opportunity to expand his collection. Fair enough. here is the genie's lamp. And he doesn't want us to lay our hands on his house. That's fair. That's fair. So we have the statuette. Let's get out of this snake pit and head back to town. Bring this back to a little temple area here. It's a very nice statuette. Place it on the plinth. And that is quest complete. 2 quest points. 8,000 per XP, 1,000 thieving XP, 1,000 magic XP, and access to the shrine here. And that is a 59 prayer. Which we can get some stuff back. Praying at the statue here. Also prayer, but we had full prayer points, so well, that's something. Pray at the statuette. Let's go for more expensive prayers. Here we go. Now we don't have full prayer points, so praying at the statuette works for completing another task in the desert area. Very good. Quest list continues to get shorter, but there's still quite a few doozies in here. Although also quite a few not doozies. We can keep on crossing off some of the easier ones here. Nice and easy. Fountain's back working. Probably going to put Ellie the Carter out of business here. But Narda is saved. After all these adventures out in the desert, I'm going to go somewhere a little bit more damp. Possibly too damp. In many ways. Mauritania. Next time. Goodbye.